Azamra lelohai beodi, Azamra lelohai beodi, ahalala, ahalala, Azamra lelohai beodi, Azamra lelohai beodi, Azamra lelohai beodi, ahalala, ahalala. Azamra lelohai beodi. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Azamra, our Friday night service here at Congregation HEA in Denver, Colorado. And we thank you for welcoming us into your home this Shabbat. We hope that you are finding a transition into the peacefulness of Shabbat from your work week. And we invite you to follow along with us as we use Sidur Lev Shalem, available as a download from our website at headenver.org. And we're going to begin with our first melody from Yedid Nefesh on page 10 in Sidur Lev Shalem. It's the last three lines of the song, starting with Higalena on page 10.
Higale, gale, gale, na ufroz, ufroz, chavivi alay, etzuka, suka, Higale, gale, gale, na ufroz, ufroz, habibi alay, etzuka, suka, Higale, gale, gale, na ufroz, ufroz, chavivi alay, etzukat, sukat, shalom lecha.
We now turn to page 11, and we're joined tonight by our third graders, as we have been for several weeks, joined by different religious school classes. You're all watching us on YouTube tonight. They're with us live on Zoom, and I'm going to encourage our third graders, as I will all of you watching on YouTube, to sing along with us. One of my favorite movies is Ratatouille. Ratatouille is a Disney film about a rat who's a brilliant chef. And the message of that movie is anyone can cook. Even a rat can cook, and any of us can cook. I feel the same way about prayer and song. Anyone can sing, anyone can pray. And this next melody on page 11, Lechuna Ranina, is a great opportunity for even the least musical among us to sing along. And it's all it takes is one note to hold. And Cantor's going to sing that note for us, and we're all going to hold that note. Lechu.
Lechu, that's your note. Lechu, neranina l'Adonai. Lechu, naria letzur ishenu. Lechu, neranina l'Adonai. Lechu, naria letzur ishenu. Nekadmo fanav betoda. Bizmiro naria, naria lo. Nekadmo fanav betoda. Bizmiro naria, naria lo. Lechu, neranina l'Adonai. Lechu, naria letzur ishenu. Lechu, neranina l'Adonai. Lechu, naria letzur ishenu. Nekadmo fanav betoda. Bizmirot naria, naria lo. Nekadmo fanav betoda. Bizmirot naria, naria lo. Lechu, neranina l'Adonai. Lechu, naria letzur ishenu. Lechu, neranina l'Adonai. Lechu, naria letzur ishenu.
Page 19.
Romemu, romemu, romemu. Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu, romemu, romemu. Adonai Eloheinu. Ve'ishtachavu le'arkocho, ve'ishtachavu le'arkocho, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu, romemu. Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu, romemu, romemu. Adonai Eloheinu.
On page 21, the last two lines of the psalm.
Adonai, le'amo yitein. Adonai yevarech et amo. Adonai, le'amo yitein. Adonai yevarech et amo.
Let's turn now to Lechadodi on page 23. We'll be singing the first two and last two stanzas, so page 23 and page 25. And I hope that this service is giving you an opportunity to bring Shabbat into your home. Perhaps you're cooking right now in your kitchen and preparing a delicious meal for yourself and your family. Maybe online with a friend, sharing a glass of wine together to bring in Shabbat. We prepare special foods and drink wine to bring just a little bit of sweetness into our week. And I hope that you're enjoying your Shabbat at home. Let's sing together on page 23. We now are going to turn to page 27, the words Tov lehodot ladonai from the Psalm for Shabbat.
Tov lehodot ladonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot ladonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, להגיד חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. טוב להודות אדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב להודות אדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון.
We say a special prayer in the evening that we don't say at any other time of day. Hashkivenu asks God to bring us peace this night and every night and allow us to wake again to new life renewed each day.
Compassion and trust, Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, ve'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. One more time together. Hashkivenu Adonai, ve'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim.
We say, renew us again for life. Hashkivenu ve'hamidenu l'chaim. And we pray for the well-being of all human beings, and in this time of pandemic especially. We call to mind all those who are in need of healing, whether from the COVID virus or whatever they need healing for. So at this time, we invite you to call to mind your loved ones and those in need of healing as we sing together a Mishe Berach.
רפואה שלמה אלנה רפנה לה רפואה שלמה הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא רחמים עליהם. May God heal us with strength and compassion and the will to revive our
Thank you, Cantor Green, for bringing us that new melody. Cantor Green is like a musical archaeologist sifting through the Jewish music world to find beautiful melodies. Can you tell us anything about that new Mishaberach that we heard?
It's written by Rob Aronson, whose album I recently found. And that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, well, we look forward to a time, hopefully soon, when we can sing together and share these melodies with you. We now will also invite our mourners to take a moment to call to mind loved ones who have left this world, perhaps in this season for a yortzeit, or those who are currently in mourning for a loved one. We offer you the opportunity to feel yourself to be part of this virtual minyan tonight, and to please rise at this time and join me in reciting a mourner's Kaddish for our loved ones, which you can find on page 58 in the Siddur. Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra kirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, Bagala vizman kari ve'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam olmei maya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh. Ve'yitadar ve'yitale ve'yitalal shmei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata. Tushbechata ve'nechemata. Damiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabba min shemaya. B'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen.
Hamakom yenachem, yenachem etchem. May the Holy One comfort you. Hamakom yenachem, yenachem etchem. May our love embrace you. Betoch sha'ar avalei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. May their memory bring you peace, bring you strength, and be a blessing. Hamakom yenachem, yenachem etchem. May the Holy One comfort you. Hamakom yenachem, yenachem etchem. May our love embrace you.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. My family and I really love to cook, and we love to find good recipes. Nowadays, of course, you can find recipes anywhere. You find them online for free on the internet. A recipe is a pretty straightforward thing, a list of ingredients and instructions for mixing and preparing those ingredients. But in the age of the internet, I worry that we've lost a little bit of the ta'am, of the flavor of a really good recipe handed down from generation to generation. If you've ever heard a recipe from maybe one of your grandparents, I'm sure it came with a story and a digression along the way, in the midst of giving you all of the ingredients, a story about a time when maybe Bubby or Grandma cooked that recipe for a family meal that went wrong, or a funny story of where that recipe came from, and a bit of family lore that came with it. This week's Torah portion is much like one of those family recipes from your grandmother with a digression. Parshat Ki Tisa reads much like a cookbook, describing in great detail the ingredients that go into the incense that was used in the rituals of the tabernacle, and the aromatic oils that were used to anoint the priests in preparation for their sacred duties. And then, as though being told by your grandmother, the Torah veers suddenly off onto a tangent. Amidst all those details and all those ingredients, the Torah abruptly digresses into talking about Shabbat. And the text itself seems to be aware that there's a sudden shift in gears when it says, Ach et Shabtotai tishmeru. Rashi points out that the word ach here means However, you must observe my Sabbaths, for it is a sign between me and you for the generations to know that I am Hashem, who makes you holy. What is the meaning then of however, in that sentence? And why talk about Shabbat in the context of all these minutiae about the tabernacle? The placement of the commandment here comes to teach us that there is no labor, no matter how holy, that supersedes Shabbat. Even the building of the Mishkan must be suspended to observe Shabbat. So in the midst of telling us all these details about how to make the different ingredients for the incense and the oil, the Torah veers off to say, by the way, you're not supposed to do these things on Shabbat. Even the building of the Mishkan must be put aside for Shabbat. The Torah says that it is an ot, a sign, a brit olam, an eternal covenant between us and God. Shabbat serves as a reminder that this world is not of our own making, and we don't own it. One day a week we stand apart from the world of doing and making and changing. One day a week we stand apart from life in order to be immersed in life, to live in the world as it is and as God intended it to be. How is Shabbat a covenant? God asks us to measure our lives and our work through God's eyes. Shabbat gives us the opportunity to put our work in the world into perspective. It allows us to focus on those intangibles I just mentioned. The basic ingredients of life are pretty simple. We all know that we need food, water, shelter, safety, some resources, all those physiological needs that are at that base of Maslow's pyramid of needs. But our lives also have a context. We are not merely physical beings with biological needs. Maslow said so himself, that we have higher needs for belonging, love, relationships, and a sense of meaning and purpose. The Torah says, "Vashamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat la'asot et haShabbat ledorotam brit olam." The Israelites shall keep the Sabbath in order to make the Sabbath throughout the generations into a covenant for all time. Shabbat reminds us that we are not human doings. We are human beings. We need to set aside time for self-actualization. That is the great gift of Shabbat. Shabbat, we are told by our sages, is like a little taste of the world to come. I think of it as an appetizer, right? That's supposed to make us even hungrier for the meal ahead. Similarly, Shabbat is a little bit of the Garden of Eden, a little bit of redemption, to make us hungry in this world for a world that can be, to make the world better than the one that we live in. So I hope that joining us on this service and at Shabbat services at home whets your appetite. I hope we inspire you to hunger for Shabbat in your life. May it indeed be a covenant that you make with yourself to savor the preciousness of time and life itself. You can probably tell that I'm hungry for dinner. So I want to wish you b'te'avon. Enjoy this and every Shabbat. You may cook up your Shabbat, as it were, in your own way. Make the recipe your own. But I hope that you'll bring that secret ingredient of Shabbat into your life and savor it as well. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We hope you'll join us every week at 6 p.m. For Azamra at headenver.org and at 9:30 in the morning for Shabbat morning services. Before we conclude, we're going to sing Vishamru, which comes... Oh, yes, we're going to make Kiddush, and then we're going to sing Vishamru, which comes from this week's Torah portion. And I'm going to hand it over to... our third graders that are online. And I want to welcome Rabbi Sherry Grinsteiner. And I see the Schneider family is going to make Kiddush for us. Rabbi Grinsteiner, I think you're muted.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I see the Schneider family and Wesley are ready to lead us with the Kiddush. Hi, Zelda.
Hi. Hi.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
All right.
Hi, Dad.
All right.
No.
That's good. Here. Put it in there. And let's say
My.
it together. Ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Have a sip.
bit more.
Have a sip.
What about mommy?
Shabbat shalom.
What?
And thank you to our third grade family and to Rabbi Grinsteiner, our Director of Lifelong Learning, and the whole class. We'll be joining you later after the service. Please join us in our closing song from this week's Torah portion.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברידולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברידולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בגולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בגולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בגולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בגולם, לדורותם בגולם, לדורותם בגולם. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.